let's talk about real estate. You know, for most people, that word alone is, well, it's pretty intimidating. But what if I told you there's a simple way to look at it? Almost like a cheat code for buying your first property. Well, today we are breaking that exact code down.
So, does this feel familiar? If you've ever even dabbled in Zillow, you know the feeling. It really does feel like a world that's just for the super rich, right? A game with rules so complicated you need a whole team of financial wizards just to get in the door. But then, you see a statement like this. Buying your first home is easy, actually. I mean, come on. That's a pretty bold claim, and it kind of flies in the face of everything we're told. So, how could that possibly be true?
Okay, so let's dig into that feeling. First off, it is not just you. Real estate can feel like this huge, unclimbable mountain. And honestly, it's kind of designed to be that way. It's meant to be complex. But our goal here is to give you the map.
And really, that intimidation, it all boils down to two things. You've got this wall of confusing jargon, right? And then you have these massive, scary numbers being thrown around. It's enough to make anyone's head spin and just give up before they even start.
All right, but this is where we change things up. Let's forget all that noise, all that complexity. We're going to focus on a core idea, something we're calling the real estate cheat code. It's a simple formula that's designed to just cut right through all that confusion.
Look, this isn't about becoming an expert and learning every single rule of some super complicated game. It's about learning one single, powerful move that you can use over and over. A strategy that completely reframes the whole process, turning it from this impossible obstacle into something that's actually, a system you can follow.
So what is this cheat code? How does it actually work? Let's break it down step by step. This is the part where that intimidating mountain starts to look a lot more like a simple set of stairs. And here it is, the whole thing. It's just 3 steps, that's the entire code. First, you secure 20% of the home's price in cash. Second, a bank gives you a loan for the other 80%, and then step 3, and this is the real magic trick here. You have tenants pay off that loan for you. Okay, let's zoom in on that first number for a second, because this is the most important part that you control, 20%. Remember, this isn't the whole price of the house. It's just 1/5. And that 20%, that's your key to the whole strategy. This chart really shows the power of what's called leverage. It's a fancy word for using a little bit of your money to control a whole lot of someone else's. Your 20% isn't just buying a small piece of a house. It's actually giving you control over the entire thing. And why does the bank go along with this? Because you've put your own skin in the game with that 20%. And this brings us to the absolute best part of the whole code. See, you're not the one stuck paying back that huge 80% loan. The house itself starts paying for it, using the rent you're collecting from your tenants. You've basically created a system where other people's money is building your investment for you. It's pretty incredible when you think about it.
Okay, I hear you. But what about all that confusing language? Well, we can take those scary-sounding terms and break them down into simple little bits and pieces that fit right into the code we just learned.
Let's start with the big one, right? Mortgage. It sounds so formal and complicated, but it's not. A mortgage is just the fancy word for that 80% loan you get from the bank. That's it. It's just step 2 of our cheat code, but with a grown-up name.
All right, next up, the down payment. This is the one that feels like a huge wall, right? This massive, unobtainable pile of cash you'll never be able to save up. But let's completely reframe that. The down payment is just step 1. It's your 20%. So it's not a barrier, it's the key. It's the tool you use to unlock the bank's 80% and get this whole machine started. So let's pull all of this together now, because the real goal here isn't just about memorizing a formula. It's about completely changing how you think about buying a home. So what have we learned? What are the big takeaways? 1. Home buying isn't some impossible mystery. It's a system. 2. That 20% in cash isn't a wall, it's the key. 3. The loan from the bank gives you massive leverage. And 4, your tenants can be the engine that helps build your investment for you. And this is really the whole idea in a nutshell. It's about shifting your mindset, moving away from fear and confusion, from staring up at that impossible mountain, and towards strategy and control. Suddenly, real estate becomes a strategic game that you can actually learn to play. And the best part? You now know one of the most powerful opening moves. So I'll leave you with this final thought. now that you know the code, that simple 20/80 tenant formula, does buying your first home feel a little less hedge fund manager and a lot more, well, a lot more achievable? Something you could actually start planning for?